Gamma Interferon FIGU Booklet by Walkiw, Switzerland.
Translation, Terry Chamulak, Alberta.
Dear Minister of Health, dear politicians, scientists, and doctors, dear sirs and madams.
Imagine being able to conquer all diseases.
From now on, infectious diseases such as malaria, AIDS, tuberculosis, SARS, and even cancer will be a thing of the past. The suffering of millions of people associated with these diseases will disappear.
Imagine always having robust health.
Every morning you get up full of vitality and energy and go to work with joy and zest for action.
Imagine being able to live healthily and vigorously into old age.
Overcrowded nursing homes with inadequate, overworked staff are disappearing, and the depressing, inhumane conditions that people in need of care are being subjected to today are a thing of the past. Instead, there is now ample space and highly qualified staff available to care for a significantly lower number of people in need of care until the end of their days.
Imagine what a healthy population means for today's healthcare system.
The many billions of euros spent annually mostly on symptom-oriented drugs with often life-threatening side effects will now be available to the health system for prophylactic treatments and effective causal treatments. In addition, the current average cost of a one-time chemotherapy treatment of €300,000 per cancer patient and the annual average cost of €30,000 per AIDS patient will simply disappear.
Imagine that funds are abundantly available to build a preventive health system for the whole population.
From now on, funds will be made available for the much-needed education of the population on the true causes and prophylactic as well as treatable therapies of common as well as current life-threatening rare diseases. In addition, health requiring nutritional supplements, such as essential vitamins, trace elements, minerals, and gamma interferon are made available to all. Last but not least, funds are invested in research and the realization of effective therapies and causal treatments.
Imagine that health is considered an inviolable human right worldwide.
Health is finally recognized as man's greatest treasure and given its rightful place in society. True health-demanding measures are now being introduced and legally protected worldwide.
Imagine people from all walks of life working together towards a common goal and soon producing universal immunity.
The production of a universal immune substance is no longer wishful thinking but a real possibility. The necessary active ingredient for this is known to today's scientists as gamma interferon. I have compiled the works of various scientists that proves it is quite possible today to produce a drug or an immunological substance developed from gamma interferon cheaply and make it available to all people.
The yogurt and kefir contain a high-quality defense against SARS, AIDS, and any kind of cancer.
Is it possible, through our present-day science, to produce artificially or semi-artificially the defense substances produced by the human immune system and to develop from them a universal immune substance against all kinds of diseases such as SARS, AIDS, cancer, malaria, cholera, plague, and so on? Is it possible that the active ingredient for such a vaccine or cure is already known to our medical scientists? And is it even possible that this high-quality defense substance is also found in yogurt and kefir? As early as June 1991, the Voice of the Aquarian Age contained the following statement by an expert physician.
It is possible to produce medicines that strengthen the immune system and are both prophylactic and therapeutic in nature. The actual active ingredient of such a drug is already known to medical scientists under the name gamma interferon. The substance gamma interferon is a natural product of chemical transformation, as when milk is transformed into yogurt or kefir.
Therefore, it is only necessary that the gamma interferon is extracted from these products and converted into a drug. Furthermore, the physician confirmed, this gamma interferon is therefore practically the same antibody or antidote against pathogens as is produced by the human immune system itself. In order to assess the above statement, we should take a closer look at gamma interferon as well as yogurt and kefir and learn more about their respective effects.
What is currently understood by gamma interferon?
According to the Duden Dictionary of Medical Terms 4th edition, Interferon is an inhibitor of virus synthesis that forms after a virus enters a cell due to the interaction between the two and protects the organism from various infections. In 1957, interferon was first described as a loose protein that interferes with viral replication. At that time, the British virologist Walkiw and his Swiss colleague Eugen Lindemann discovered interferon in chicken embryonic cells and found that it prevented the infection of further body cells with viruses. The effect of interferon is based on the inhibition or destruction of viral RNA. By binding to other cells, it stimulates the synthesis of various antiviral proteins that prevent the protein synthesis of the viruses and thus their production. In the meantime, a distinction is made between three classes of interferon, depending on the cells that produce it: alpha, beta, and gamma interferon. Gamma interferon is produced by lymphocytes, blood-forming cells of the immune system after being induced by antigens. The lymphocytes, memory cells, know the structure of certain infectious agents. In sufficient numbers, they cause these pathogens to be destroyed as soon as they have entered the body. See FIGU 1 on page 30. The following press releases document new findings with regard to interferon and its current medical applications.
Homburger Science Award by Wolfgang Kapler.
From Campus, Issue 1, January 2000. Science Award given to Dr. Selma Ugurel, University Dermatology Clinic. Dr. Ugurel has developed a possible approach to the future treatment of melanoma with interferon gamma, an inhibitor that protects the organism from viruses. She found that melanoma cells evade the process of programmed cell death because of an altered molecule on the surface and thus proliferate uncontrollably. Gamma interferon, she found, reverses this disorder so that the melanoma cells can be destroyed by the body's own defense system. See FIGU 2.
Breast cancer therapy from breast cancer info AstraZeneca. According to this medical website on breast cancer therapy, interferons are now used to treat various types of cancer.
They suppress cell growth and are thought to strengthen the immune response so that the body is better able to recognize cancer cells as harmful and kill them. Interferons are produced by the hematopoietic cells of the immune system. From leukocytes, alpha interferons are formed from the white blood cells from which drugs such as roferin and lanthanum are produced. Beta interferons are formed from fibroblasts, connective tissue forming cells from which fiblaferin is produced, and gamma interferons are formed from lymphocytes from which mucin is produced. Interferon protects insulin cells from the virtual cell under diabetes therapy. Cell degeneration diabetes therapy. Type 1 diabetes involves an autoimmune reaction. The body's own defense cells attack the beta cells of the pancreas and destroy them. Other factors may also be involved, such as Coxsackie virus. Nora Savatnik and her colleagues from the Scripps Research Institute in California studied mice with a predisposition to diabetes. They found that the messenger substance interferon plays an important role. This widespread messenger is also released by beta cells as soon as they are infected by a virus. Interferon alerts surrounding cells and triggers a protective reaction that protects them from viral damage. In addition, interferon protects the beta cells from attack by the cells of the immune system. When the researchers inhibited the effect of interferon on the beta cells of the mouse, the supposedly harmless virus suddenly destroyed these cells on a massive scale. In addition, the beta cells were now highly sensitive to attacks by immune cells. An autoimmune reaction was triggered. As a result, the mice developed an acute form of diabetes similar to what happens to people after a very severe viral infection.
Virologist Dor confirms beta interferon works against SARS in the laboratory from Arstitable for Gesenheit. Medizin Unforschung of 16.5 2003.
The assumption that the natural beta interferon fiblaferon is successfully used against severe cases of the new lung disease SARS seems to be confirmed. First laboratory tests at the Institute for Clinical Virology from the University of Frankfurt have the superiority of the drug proved, like the one in the fight against SARS. World Health Organization involved Institute Director Professor Dr. Hans Wilhelm Dor announced that initial laboratory Tests had shown that the of the basin Mittelmeerfellbach near Stuttgart is far superior to other interferons. This interferon beta preparation is already approved in Germany for the treatment of serious viral diseases. FIGU could thus be a first drug for causal therapy for the disease, which is often fatal. In view of the dramatically worsening situation, the World Health Organization pointed to these therapy attempts. Thomas Stiefel stressed that every opportunity must be seized to control the disease.
Cells muster to fight brain tumors. Concentration of cells for the inoculation of brain tumors.
Us Focus. News from Harvard Medical Dental Public Health Schools, 14 May 1999.
AIDS patients fall victim to brain infections as a result of their weak immune system. According to immunologist Lois Lamson, this suggests that healthy people have immune control in the brain. Dr. Lamson, Associate Professor of Neuroscience in the Neurology Department at Brigham and Women's Hospital, and Lynette Phillips, research colleague in neurology, are trying to harness this normal immune response to fight brain tumors by injecting gamma interferon, a molecule that stimulates the immune response, and succeeded as they were able to boost immune activity in a specific region, the brain stem. They were able not only to bring the two cells together at the injection site, but also to enhance the function of a specific protein that instructs the lymphocytes with cells to attack. These two successes were achieved in healthy rat brains and published in the May issue of the.
For the complete booklet, please click the link and scroll to Gamma Interferon FIGU Booklet.